perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, all about helping you understand your buying decisions and helping you just kind of sort through that nonsense out there that's in the mainstream media. This show's different. We're going to educate, entertain, enlighten, and help you understand those buying decisions, make you just a bit more street smart. Also keep you current here on things happening not only nationwide, but locally here currently in Tampa Bay. We bring on local celebrities, entrepreneurs, business owners, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors. Got a great lineup for you today as well. We're going to talk about the movie industry today. Some really cool stuff. As you know, we're now producing a movie. We've got some cool things happening there. And we're going to talk about the top 10 movies ever produced out of Tampa Bay coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Some of these movies that you may not know were actually produced here in Tampa Bay. So we're going to do that as well. We got a great lineup for you as well. Captain Will Smith going to be joining us. He's an author. He's a pilot and also soon to be we're putting together a story on his life. Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting, coming up as well. So we're going to talk about marketing and how writing a book can really help you grow your business, grow your sphere, and it's also something that might be a legacy piece for you. Sometimes people just want to put their ideas and their thoughts into a book and hand that down to the next generation of your family. So lots of cool things happening here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great lineup for you here as well. Save our hotline number in your phone at some point. You may need it. 813-670-7372. Save our hotline number in your phone. 813-670-7372. And Button Bar's not working, Jose, but we always have those clips playing for you. ConsumerQB.com, ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at ConsumerQB.com. And we want to say, there it goes. And it's running through the speakers, not through the wires. So I don't know what needs to be adjusted there. But, helping you win in any marketplace. Captain Will Smith in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Brandon? How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Doing good, my friend.
Good. I'm excited about our adventures with the movie industry and talking to Eli about what books can turn into.
That's right, man. That's right. We've been making some moves over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Got a great team around us. Real impressed with Christian and what he's done, and Doug. And
yeah, we're creating our entourage.
That's right. Putting it together, man.
Exactly.
So we're gonna make a movie about falling from the sky. His kind of your life, your story. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk more about that. Eli Gonzalez, the ghostwriter, the Godfather of ghostwriting. That is. Welcome, buddy.
Always a pleasure to be here, Brandon. Thank you for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. You got a 45-day Write Your Book Challenge. That's going to be awesome. We're going to talk more about that. Before we jump into it, let me plug one of our sponsors, Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. She and her team are actually cleaning our house right now. And let me tell you, they're awesome business, woman-owned business, minority-owned business. Support our local economy here, guys and gals. You know, by supporting the show, supporting our sponsors, you know, they offer $15 off the first cleaning. So support Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning here in Tampa Bay. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. They're offering $15 off if you want to have them clean your home for a first-time radio, TV show listener. Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. They're COVID-19 certified now for infection prevention and control. So you know how important that is. So Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning, big shout out to them. Also, a couple of hot listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. This is a property out in East Hillsborough County in the Riverview area. Great opportunity, 4,500 plus square feet. It's a large home. It's 6 bedrooms, 5 bath. You got water features. It's a resort style living at this beautiful property. Compliments of the Platinum MVP team. Covered lanai, screened lanai. Great opportunity to buy real estate here in Tampa Bay. Also, check out 1010 Bay Esplanade, Clearwater. This is on the north side of Clearwater Beach, surrounded by millionaires. You're living on Millionaires Row, one of the hottest zip codes, one of the highest priced zip codes in all of Pinellas County. You literally walk to the beaches, dolphin-filled waters, sugar sand beaches of Clearwater Beach. Check them out at platinummvpteam.kw.com. My button's not working still. You know how I play the songs in there?
Yeah, no.
So anyways. All right, Captain Will Smith in the house. We got Eli the Gonzalez. Let's start off with Eli here. I want to talk to Eli. So Eli, tell us a little bit about your 45-day challenge, and if people want to write their book, what you can do to help them.
Sure. Well, the pandemic is still going on, something that a lot of people never expected, and that's something that's lasting a lot longer. There's still a lot of people at home. and millions of Americans would love to write a book. And, now is probably the best time in their lifetimes of writing a book. But for many, finances have changed, and they can't afford to hire someone like me or a professional writer to help them with their book. So I'm offering a free 45-day challenge. And my team and I are going to be online on this private Facebook group every single day, letting you know the secret sauce on how I've been able to help write books that have done phenomenally well. If you've ever wanted to write a book, now is the time. If you take this challenge starting October 14th through November 27th, you can have your book for Christmas or to start 2021 with one of your dreams achieved.
Very good. Yeah, absolutely. When you do that, I remember before I wrote my book, my first book, years ago, 7 years ago, Captain, you were in it.
Yep.
And Eli hooked us up on that. Before that, I was like, man, I want to be a published author. I want to do it, and I would try to set aside time. I would do voice notes into my phone. I would even, sometimes type on the computer. I'd try to compile it all. It just seemed like it was taking forever, and it was like one of these goals that I had, but I was kind of sitting there on Someday Isle. It was like I was stuck on this island called Someday Island. It was like, man, I just never getting it done. And then I worked out, with Eli, we worked out a deal, and we said, hey, man, let's do this book. Let's get going on this thing. And the next thing you know, probably, 3 to 6 months, we were done with the book, and the process was smooth. It was an enjoyable process. I got a lot of information out of my head into the paper, and I brought in a lot of my expert contributors. That first book was kind of a, what do you call that type of book, Eli, where we had different experts from different chapters? It's
a collaborative book.
Collaborative, that's the word. Exactly. So yeah, there's different ways people can do books, and it's not just all about you. Sometimes you have your team talk in the book, and just depending on what your ultimate goal is, right?
Yeah. And you know what? You said something so important, Brandon, and that's what we're going to teach here. I have a 7-step story arc process. Step 1 is that chapter 1 is all about the reader. So many people, they write the books, and it's about them as they're sitting down to write, because it's a natural inclination to just, because you want to pour your heart and soul onto the page. But the thing is that people outside of your friends and family circle, they really don't know you, so they don't care about you. So it has to be all about the reader. Chapter 1 has to be all about the reader.
Right.
I've had the honor of writing books for ministry leaders known around the world, some of the biggest pastors, people who wanted to start a ministry. One guy wrote a book to start his ministry. He's gone to Mexico and South America, has an incredible ministry. I've written books for entrepreneurs who started as solopreneurs and are now multimillionaires. And for local authors who literally doubled their businesses due to referrals. Sometimes one referral can change the trajectory of their business, right? And then there's some clients that I've written who, like one guy helped with a book for flood insurance. Now he's on Bay News 9 almost every time a big storm comes in about floods. And one, I wrote a book for people who want to become a speaker. One guy just got contracted $5,000 to speak for an hour and a half. So if you want to do any of these things, this is what books can do. They don't just open doors for you, for your business, for your ministry.
Right.
I mean, they just smash down walls and show you down paths that you've never even seen before. So if you want to write a book, I have a free 45-day challenge. And like I said, I'm giving my secret sauce. And all you got to do is come and bring a level of commitment, and you're going to have your book written in 45 days.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to do it, man. Just get that book out there. As a realtor, there's 30,000 plus realtors in the greater Tampa Bay area, and I bet you a fraction have actually written a book. So when I walk into a listing appointment, or we consult a buyer on their buying process, or we're talking to an investor, and we offer them, hey, would you like a free copy of our book? It really sets you apart, Eli.
Absolutely. I mean, can you imagine the boon in business that the realtor would get, the one that writes the book, How to Buy and Sell a House, in area code 34685. I mean, all of a sudden, that guy is head over shoulders in terms of credibility for anybody in the Palm Harbor area. I mean, but you got to write the book.
That's right. Yeah, so it's a fun process. Captain Will, now you've written books as well. You've actually written a couple books, and if you just joined us, we're talking with Eli, the ghostwriter, the godfather of ghostwriting, right here again, another locally owned company right here in Tampa Bay. Captain Will Smith Aviation, also published author. Tell us a little about your experiences with writing books, and you've worked with Eli as well.
Yeah, I sure did, and we met about 7 years ago in studio, and we started because I knew everybody's got a book in them. Everybody's gone through challenges in life. And I started writing it. The first book I wrote, I really actually had to retitle it Squawk 7500, which nobody really knows what that means unless you're in aviation. So we got together with Eli. He helped me write that, helped me retitle it, and now it's Falling from the Sky. Well, just because of the architecture around writing a book, the cover and the title changed 180 degrees for me. I started selling more books. So it's an adventure, and it's really exciting, but I got a chance to tell that story. And by telling that story, people were reading it, and it's like, hey, I can't put this thing down. It's a page turner. And everyone wanted to know, how I was able to rebound from doing that 26 months incarceration and be where I am today, which led me to write a second book with Eli, and that one was Ditches to Riches. So that one was a self-help book on teaching people and guiding people how to overcome adversity. And that's been a big hitter too. I just got picked up by the Florida Department of Corrections to put on their JPay, the book Ditches to Riches, as a tool for inmates that are getting out of prison to succeed once they get out and not go back in, by reducing the recidivism rate.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great idea, and it kind of flows hand in hand with what we're doing with the movie as well. Falling from the Sky, creating a movie here in Tampa Bay, going to be. We say movie, but it could be a series. I'm not sure if we've outlined 100% sure how that's going to be yet.
Well, we're going to see what the first movie does, and it might go into a series depending on what direction we move. That's what's so awesome about this whole writing a book, and the next thing you know, people want to make a movie out of it. Not that it happens to everyone, but it's just an exciting time, and it opens up doors. Once you're a published author, it opens up a lot of doors for you, because then you become an expert at what you're speaking at.
Absolutely. So coming up, we're going to do the top 10 movies ever created in Tampa Bay. And these are some blockbusters here. Find out about that. The top 10 movies ever created in Tampa Bay. And soon to be on that list, Falling from the Sky, Captain Will Smith, the story on his life. And more from Eli Gonzalez as well. Eli Gonzalez, the godfather of ghostwriting. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. We have an interesting one out of Hillsborough County here. Hillsborough County man wins $500,000 off $5 scratch-off ticket. Lucky guy. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to ConsumerQB.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. Shout out to our veterans, first responders, all the active military across the globe. Shout out to all those patriots out there. We greatly appreciate you supporting the show. We offer half a point discount to teachers, nurses, doctors, folks that are in that profession, the first line, the EMTs. Anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest, we would love to help you. Platinum MVP team. Top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. Hot listing on 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue in Tampa, in Tampa Bay, rather. This is up in Newport Richey. 1 acre on the river with bay access. Beautiful property here. Large home. It's over 4,100 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, waterfront home, bay access. Check out the beautiful photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks there. And beautiful opportunity in Tampa Bay. But got a commercial property available. 8001 U.S. Highway 301. This is 301 South in Riverview. It's a lighted intersection, so you've got about 50,000 vehicles a day. There's 2 buildings on site, 2 separate structures on site. 8001 U.S. Highway 301. Lots of parking spaces. Operating as Riverview Sandwich Shop right now. Very popular out there. Been in business for about 38 years. Great opportunity. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And the button board is still not working. All right, so this segment is brought to you by Golf Cart Depot. Golf Cart Depot of Tampa Bay, a.k.a. Discovery Golf Cars. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers. They've got some great options for you. They can deliver it to you to get your test drive in. Golf Cart Depot of Tampa Bay, a.k.a. Discovery Golf Carts, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And they hooked me up with my beautiful Keller Williams red golf cart. The boys love it going for a ride. The kids love going for a ride. Enjoy it as well. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, Captain Will Smith in the house. Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting as well. And speaking of the movie industry, this is interesting. It just came out, a story. Huge movie theater chain is closing all of its location. Regal Cinemas is officially closing its locations in U.S. and U.K. According to a recent statement from the parent company, Cineworld, I almost said Cinnabon. The second largest global movie theater chain announced Monday that its 536 stateside Regal Cinema theaters and 127 Regal Picture House cinemas in the UK would cease operations. What do you think about that?
I think that's devastating if you like going to the movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, this day and age, a lot of like Netflix and everybody's watching the movies from home now. So I know the COVID-19 really didn't help matters when they had to shut all that down. So it doesn't surprise me. But at the same time, you know, when I was growing up, that was the big thing. Friday, going to the movies, you know.
Yeah. I remember like Rocky IV, going to watch Rocky IV. It was like so cool to be able to get dropped off by your parents.
Yep.
You know, oh, yeah, I got dropped off at the movies. But yeah, 45,000 employees. Cineworld's 45,000 employees. So, man, yeah, it's taking a hit. You know, another you know, pandemic. Sometimes, you know, I listen to Dennis Prager a lot, and he says, don't call it the pandemic, call it the lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, the effect of the lockdown. Was it a necessary lockdown? I don't know. Some people say it is, and some people say, well, let's look at the death rate. It's 0.00003858, whatever that is, 48. Very low number if you look at it. So a lot of people lost businesses, depression, suicide rate. I mean, all that combined. Eli, what do you think about that? You still with us there? Parent company, Cineworld's closing down Regal Cinemas.
Yeah, it's you know, it's sad that that this lockdown has changed our lives so drastically. Probably more so than a lot of people think it should have. You know, but when I see things like this, you know, it's you know, I'm always have that entrepreneurial mindset. You know, so this is going to leave a big vacancy somewhere for people's entertainment. You know, so somewhere along the line, somebody out there is going to invent something to take up that time. So whenever there's a loss, there's also opportunity. Yeah. You know, problems come impregnated with solutions. So while, you know, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen to every movie theater. I love taking my family out to the movies. But you know, sadly, it is a part of life that things end, but it gives rise to new things to begin.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, you think about the movies, and then we had that shooting at the movies. You know, it's like you go out to the movies, it's something in my brain says, okay, make sure I carry my concealed in the movies, you know, just because that's where it happened before.
Right.
And then am I safer at home watching Amazon Prime, ordering food in, getting Grubhub delivered, you know, all that food coming to your house? It's going to be a shift. It's a shift. But that's a great point, Eli, you brought up, is that, you know, the market shift, things change. and you look at where can I reposition my assets, where can I reposition my investments and my time. And hopefully, flights like the airline industry will.
Yep.
You run a pilot. How has it affected the private pilot business? Because you have your own private charters. You fly around some pretty high-level folks, even Coach Tony Dungy among some of your notables. Yep. But there's two different classes there. There's commercial class versus private class.
That's correct. And even though the commercial, they're furloughing, they're slowing down, the private industry is booming. My business picked up during the COVID. I was, of course, out of work for a couple of months because everything was shut down on lockdown. So there was really nowhere to go or no meetings to be held. But after it opened back up, it was amazing. I last month I worked 25 days in September, and I'm usually only working 14 or 15. So my business picked up tremendously. I'm gone a lot, but that's just part of my industry.
Is it you fly the executive there? You spend time at the pool. Right. You go golfing. Yeah. Is that your work days too?
Yeah, pretty much. We have like a long weekend. Yeah, I get paid to play golf. So,
there you go.
People kind of laugh, and they're like, "Yeah, you got a hard life there, Will." But it's an industry that I chose.
There you go.
Your work days are different than mine for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's the beauty of America, the way it is right here in 2020, is that we have the ability to educate ourselves, go to school, grow, decide which avenue we want to go down, which road. Old poem that was two roads diverged in a wood. Which roads that I chose? Which road determines it. And we have that. We have capitalism. That's what's great about our country. Yep. So we've got to protect capitalism, and we've got to make sure that we're educating the youth to understand the difference between socialism and communism and capitalism. And that's one of the things that's really important with your vote in November. So we're talking with Eli Gonzalez, Godfather of Ghostwriting, Captain Will Smith here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And so, a lot of good things happening around the movie industry side as well, Will. So you're creating a movie. Let's give a quick synopsis. We've got a couple minutes left in this segment. What's the movie going to be about, and what are we looking for? We're looking for some sponsors potentially out there, too.
We got sponsorships going. We do have investment opportunities for the movie. And the movie is going to be about what I went through with the judicial system and how it's not as perfect as some people would like it to be. So it starts out, with 9/11. That's when everything started falling apart. Me getting railroaded in front of a bad judge, having a judge, and then just the 26 months I spent in prison and staying alive and healthy in that, because that was a separate challenge. So there was
you got stabbed, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I've got a wound.
Defending yourself.
Yes, that's correct. So there's a lot of action in this. There's going to be drama in it. I mean, it's just so many twists and turns through that period of 2004 to 2006, and even before that. That it makes it exciting. It's a page turner. People pick it up and they tell me, it's like I couldn't put it down. I started reading this morning. I finished that night. So it's definitely a good read, and it's going to be even better as a movie. And
our production team, the producers that we're working with, Christian Krimple, Power Station, and Doug Fox as well. They've got a great history. Some of their partners and people in our group. Here's their pedigree. The movie 300 had the awesome CGI, computer-generated. Yep. You had Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Yep. We had also the one that was Blair Witch Project. Yep. The least amount of money spent on a movie, world record holder, with the highest upside. I think it was $250 million.
Yeah, it was tremendous
that they made. So that's our leadership team. That's the team that's putting this together, and we're doing this to bring economy to Tampa, to support the local economy. Everything's going to be produced right here locally. Local contractors, local employees. We're going to employ some people. We're looking for local brands that want to get involved with the business. Reach out to the hotline, 813-750-0550. If you want to be involved with this, if you want to write your own book, stay with us. We're going to talk more from Captain Will Smith, Eli Gonzalez as well, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, want to pique your curiosity a little bit. Top 10 movies ever produced out of Tampa Bay. We got them right here on the list. Stay with us. We're going to go over those next segment. Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook. And we'll be right back after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, Knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Johnny, let me know when you're ready. All right, everybody stand by, please.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to help you. A top 1% ranked real estate team. So we are in the top 1% of all realtors in Tampa Bay, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart when it comes to purchasing real estate, investing in potentially Airbnb properties, rental properties. We're going to help you with those. We've been in business for almost a decade now, over a decade really, in terms of real estate, but mortgage finance background as well. We want to help you win in any marketplace. That's our goal. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island. The hashtag is BillMarvelous. Check them out online. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant. Great time, great place to hang out, and lots of great food and drinks as well. Check them out. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, we got Captain Will Smith here in studio. Do we still have Eli? Is Eli still with us? Eli Gonzalez, the Godfather of Ghostwriting. Okay, probably not. So it sounds like no. So we got top 10 movies here, Will. Let's go through these. Let's go in reverse order here. So top 10 movies: The Punisher in 2004. Got number 9 is Ocean's 11. Remember that one? That one
I
had
remember that one. That was a good one.
That had like Pitt and Clooney and all of them in there.
I never knew that was filmed here.
Me neither, because that had a lot of scenes in a casino.
Las Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, so they probably did it at Hard Rock.
Did it at Hard Rock, yep.
Was it Gulfstream? Oh, really? At the racetrack.
Okay.
Racetrack Road. Oh, no way. Oh, the Gandy one. Okay. Wow, that was back in 01. Okay, Cop and a Half.
I remember that.
1993.
That was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Eli is there. Eli, you there?
Yep, I'm back.
All right, we're commenting on the top 10 movies that were filmed in Tampa Bay. Well-known films that can be traced to Tampa Bay. Here are some of the standouts. So, Cop and a Half, 1993. Was that the one with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, it was with Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I remember that one. One of my favorites back in the day, Lethal Weapon 3.
I never knew that either.
Or Lethal Weapon, the whole series with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. I didn't know that either. I would have never known. And here's one, since we got the Godfather of Ghostwriting on the show, Goodfellas, 1990, Martin Scorsese's film flick about mob associate Henry Hill, regarded as one of the best films of all time. Florida's brief moment of fame, a scene where Hill, Ray Liotta, and James Conway, Robert De Niro, dangled a man upside down over the lion's den at Tampa City Zoo to collect a gambling debt. The scene was shot at Lowry Park Zoo Interesting.
I remember that when they were traveling down in the car, and that was a good scene. It was one of my favorite scenes.
It's crazy. So they filmed this somewhere else, but they said, okay, we need a zoo.
Right.
Let's fly to Tampa to do that scene.
Well, it's also the Tropicanis too, because they were the mafia branch down here in Tampa. So
oh, really?
Yeah. So it's that's what they were talking about on the they were coming down here.
Interesting. You remember that movie, Eli?
Oh yeah. Am I here to amuse you?
yeah.
I love that
Joe
scene.
Pesci,
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about the top 10 movies that have a tie to Tampa Bay, traced in Tampa Bay, somewhat filmed in Tampa Bay. Number 5, Edward Scissorhands, Tim Burton's fantasy romance film, shot in Land O'Lakes, Wesley Chapel, Lutz, Dade City. Over 40 Pasco residents made their homes available during the filming to create a surreal suburban neighborhood. Houses in Carpenter's Run subdivision. They were painted in pastel colors like pink, green, yellow, and blue. Crews shrunk the windows on each home to remove the shrubs and trees that Burton's disliked. Lakeland Southgate Shopping Center also had a cameo.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what put Land O'Lakes on the map.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, number 4, The Parent Trap, 1986.
I don't remember that.
I vaguely remember. Was that the one with Tom Hanks?
Could have been.
One of them with Tom Hanks. That was including Mitchell Elementary School. Number 3, Summer Rental. That's John Candy. Summer Rental. Remember,
I remember that.
He's
one.
rolling down the beach, spraying people with his cooler and the cold water.
John Candy.
That was
legend.
Say again.
John Candy was a legend.
Legend, man. And he was. That was over in Pinellas County beaches. Number 2 on the list is 1985 Cocoon. Sunset Beach filming took place over 11 weeks in around St. Petersburg. Scenes were shot around the Schnell Arcade, St. Petersburg Shuffleboard Club, and pretty cool. I remember that story. And then number 1 on our list, just because of the local impact, Dolphin Tale.
Yep.
Winter the Dolphin.
Yep. That was right here.
I remember interviewing Clearwater Mayor George Creticus. He said he was in it, and the impact of that movie was just tremendous impact on the Tampa Bay economy and Clearwater area specifically. It revitalized a lot of tourism to Clearwater.
Yep. And then that's what.
I actually had the privilege of editing David's book, the CEO, who is portrayed by Harry Connick Jr. He's got a new book coming out early next year that I was able to work on.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Very cool. All right, so if you just joined us, we're talking with Captain Will Smith in studio. He's an author, he's a pilot, and CaptainWillSmith.com. And Eli Gonzalez as well, the godfather of ghostwriting, 45-day challenge, free 45-day challenge to write your book. And you help business owners write their books. You help them tell their story. And we're almost through our 3rd story. And unfortunately, I got the news yesterday. We were trying to get Gary Keller to write the foreword to our book, the billionaire owner of Keller Williams. Mm-hmm. But he has licensing rules with his current publishers that he's not allowed to do that. Just found out.
Rules.
So, yep. So anyways, what else you got to say there, Eli, when you think about, writing books, what's topical right now?
Well, I mean, first, I want to make a comment that the new number 1 movie made in Tampa is going to be Falling from the Sky.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new number 1 movie in this area. But you touched on it, Brandon, about the Falling from the Sky movie. How it's going to create jobs and give a jolt to this economy. And really, when you write a book, honestly, it's not about you. It's who you can bless.
Yeah.
If you have a feeling to write a book, that's because people need it. There are people that are hurting. There are people that need your knowledge. There are people that need your grit and determination, like in Will Smith's second book. Now that book has been okayed to go into prisons, so that people, when they get out of there, that they think their world is over, they can see and read from a real life person who probably had it worse than them, and now he made himself into who he is now, and he's still growing. So books just have such a far reaching impact, and the beautiful thing about books is that you never actually know who it impacts. You never know whose life you changed. But something happens with the universe and with God that when you bless people, you get blessed back.
Oh, yeah.
A pastor once said to me that you don't sow a seed. That every seed you sow, you don't eat from its fruit, right? But we're just called to sow. So you just sow, but then you're going to walk into places where people have sown before you for you to benefit from. Yep. So when you're writing a book, give your knowledge, give your secret sauce, tell your story, Be willing to help others. Be a beacon of knowledge, a beacon of hope. And yeah, it's going to bless others, but it's going to come around tenfold for you as well.
Absolutely. That's the golden rule. It'll definitely come back. Captain Will Smith, I want to ask you more about the book and the movie. We got the movie coming out. We got local opportunities. What are some of the opportunities for local businesses to get involved?
Well, there are sponsorships to where they can help out and with the community where we're going to film, because I'm sure we'll be using some local areas here of filming. Just bringing people in, like maybe local hairdressers, maybe people that are are in costume, makeup, things of that nature.
Yep.
Because the movie it's more than just a movie. We're bringing awareness to issues out there in the judicial system that need to be corrected.
Right.
We're also creating opportunity post COVID-19 for people to go after their dreams if they want to get into the movie industry, if they want to become actors, things of that nature. I'm sure there's a lot of we're going to have a lot of people that are just the sit-ins for what's going on around the movie. So we just want to create opportunity for the Tampa Bay community, St. Pete, Sarasota, over here in Tampa, to allow people to get back and start having some normalcy back in their life and have some fun and bring money to the Tampa Bay area and help out. So there'll be different opportunities on different levels for once we get to that stage to be a part of Tampa Bay and allowing the rest of Florida to see, hey, what we can do in the Tampa Bay community when we put our minds to it and create a great storyline and an awareness to the judicial system, and hopefully reach out to people that probably have gone through it to understand that they're not alone. There's people like myself. When I was writing Ditches to Riches, and I was talking to the people that work with the Department of Corrections, to say they will listen to you, Will, because you've actually been where they are right now.
Yeah.
It's hard for an outsider that's never spent time in prison to tell that person how to change and what they need to do. So with me going through what they've been through and experiencing that, it's kind of like they feel that they're not alone. They'll take that advice because I've been where they are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, too, when you think about the production side. We were talking about how the timing is right in the United States. People are talking a lot about criminal justice reform. Yep. It's kind of been on the ballots on the, and people don't give credit enough to President Trump for what he's done, criminal justice reform,
right.
Affecting, of course, a lot of minorities and blacks, of course. So criminal justice reform is peak timing right now, perfect timing. Plus, when you look at how the pandemic and the lockdown have affected acting, not many actors have been active.
No,
they haven't been very active. Actresses, actors, they're looking for work. They're looking to get involved. So we've got a very unique opportunity here to come out timing-wise with a very solid product. The background also from our producers have been in the CMAs, the Country Music Awards, the Grammys, the Emmys. And so they're talking about potentially approaching someone like a Tim McGraw or a Blake Shelton as potentially one of the actors in the film. And that could be really cool, man. Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to that. I mean, who's going to play me? That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, right? Who do you want to play? Who do you think would be a good Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. There
Will
you go.
Smith playing Will Smith. But no, it's I haven't really thought about it, but it's something that I'm looking forward to, and I think it's going to be exciting. Just us, being involved in the movie and being there to get the emotion that they need to get, what I was going through at the time. So it's
like a Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, he seems like a kind of a rugged, kind of tough guy. He'd be good doing the prison scenes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because there's so many different scenes, and it's just
the other guy, the guy that played the slave in that movie, Russell Crowe.
Yes,
he would be a good.
Yep,
that would be. Is he just because he has that? They have that kind of that grit about them.
Yeah, and I guess that's when you're picking actors, you need to. That's what you're looking for. So it's exciting times for Tampa Bay, right around the corner. So we're definitely looking forward to it. We're in our infancy stage right now. Of course, we're getting the screen written right together, and then from there we start. We got to find a time of when the COVID is let up to where we can start actually producing the movie.
Yeah.
And and creating it. And that's one of the big downfalls, like you were saying. It's an exodus out of California. Everybody's looking for work. There's no really material out there. So, I mean, the timing is perfect with this movie, and we're putting it together, and it's just going to be something awesome for the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, absolutely. People are leaving New York, New Jersey, California in droves, not only due to the peaceful protests, a.k.a. riots,
right.
The taxation, just the lockdowns, constant threats of lockdowns. Even I think it was Michigan's governor. Just the craziness happening out there. So people are coming down here. We just hope and pray that they leave their voting habits up north so they don't repeat down here what happened up there. And in Texas, of course, like Austin, Texas, it's already happening in Austin. But stay with us right here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We've got Eli Gonzalez on the phones, Captain Will Smith in studio. Coming up, we have our feel-good story of the day. Hillsborough County man wins $500,000 off a $5 scratch-off ticket. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253.
Check out ConsumerQB.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or PlatinumMVPteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. ConsumerQB.com, helping you win in any marketplace. A couple of hot listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. First of all, I've got about 15 vacant land listings. Attention builders, developers, anybody that may know someone that's in the land acquisitions department for a home builder, please have them reach out. I've got some great opportunities. For example, 12208 Four Oaks Road in Tampa. This one is in Carrollwood. It's a great real estate listing, 12208 Four Oaks Road in Tampa, Carrollwood area right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. This is a 5-acre parcel of land. You've got R9 zoning. This one's 12208 Four Oaks Road in Tampa. Check it out online. R9 zoning, 40 units potentially that you can build right there in Carrollwood. Great opportunity. Listed price is $1.8 million. All right, we've got property at 2528 Appaloosa Trail. This is a single-family home. This is an opportunity to buy a move-in ready home, turnkey, 2,300 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3-car garage, enclosed pool. And great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. All right, every day we tell you a feel-good story, something positive to bring to the show today is the Hillsborough County man that won $500,000. So Hillsborough County man claimed a $500,000 prize as a scratch-off lottery game. Miguel Calebro, Sun City Center, won $500,000 with a 20X crossword ticket. The Florida Lottery announced on Monday. He bought the $5 winning ticket at Winn-Dixie Sun City Center, and it launched in July and features more than $113 million in total prizes. So scratch-off games are an important part of the lottery's portfolio of games, comprising of 75% of ticket sales, generating more than $1 billion for Educational Enhancement Trust, EETF, fiscal year 2019, Florida Lottery wrote in news release. So my question is, with all that money, over $1 billion in Educational Enhancement Trust Fund, where does all that money go? Where is it? Is it accounted for? Because we always hear about the teachers not being paid enough.
I know, exactly.
We always hear about these issues with Oh, well, how can we afford to have a armed security guard on campus if, like that's $1 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean,
a lot of money.
Yeah, the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is $1 million is a cup full of sand, $1 billion is a room full of sand. So, it's I have no idea. There's, we should know that's our taxpayer dollars.
Isn't it? That's pretty.
We should know where that stuff is going.
People love lottery tickets. Yep. You hear, people buy those lottery tickets and think, oh man, I got a chance. I got a small chance of winning.
I wonder how much they get for $500,000. How much they have to pay in taxes? Is that like 20%? If
Yeah, I mean it's going to be higher.
Yeah,
especially if they keep voting
it's
socialist
worth it.
in.
That's a great investment. $5, return 500,000.
Yeah, right. All right, we got Eli Gonzalez as well on the phones. Godfather of Ghostwriting, Captain Will Smith in studio here. So one of the things that we do with the show is we talk a lot about consumer advocacy, even for small business owners as well, of course, for consumers out there. So, Eli, give us some of your top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom.
Well, the word of the day since COVID happened is pivot for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like Will said, he had a stretch of time where he was grounded, so to speak. I had about 45 days where all of my clients put projects on hold, so pivoted. So if you're in business, it may be time to pivot. It may be time to find a strategic partner, and that's what I did. I reached out to a few business coaches that live in different parts of the country, and now I'm getting referrals from a coach that lives in Indiana, people that I would have never have been able to serve. But because I partnered with her, now, that's come in. And so if you're in business, if you're struggling, it may be time to pivot, get a course done, get your book out, or find a strategic partner, someone that can help you serve people better.
Absolutely. All right, same question to you, Captain Will. Top tips, parting words of wisdom, nuggets of advice.
I would say overcoming adversity. Everybody in life has issues. Everybody, like COVID, is a huge adversity everybody's trying to overcome. But it's one of those things that you got to sometimes live on life's terms. And sometimes life isn't fair. And what we try to teach our kids, while we're going through life is, always expect the unexpected to happen. And when it does happen, you're prepared and you know how to overcome it. And you turn a bad situation into a good situation. When I was in prison, that was a bad situation, but I found good in it, and I made positive things come out of it. So it's one of those things that you have to really, overcoming adversity. Is it a struggle? Yes. Can it be accomplished? Absolutely. Can new things come from bad situations? 100%. And this is one of those things that it's changing times for us, but we're all going to get together. We're all going to overcome adversity. And the best way to overcome adversity is help someone that you see that's struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite, of course, Tony Robbins. I went to his business mastery course. I walked on fire, did the walking on the coals at his UPW course. But he talks about in his book, Money Master the Game, where he interviewed the 50 richest people in the world, hedge fund managers that are in charge of multi-billion-dollar hedge funds. And it talks about the habits of wealthy people. So, and one of the key things, too, if you look at it, immigrants to this country, new immigrants, legal immigration we're talking about, to the country are 4 times more likely to become millionaires than people that were born here. And it's just the fact of the hunger, the persistence factor, the idea that, hey, this is available to me, that these resources are here. So the greatest entrepreneurial wealth creation system on the planet is the United States economy. It's the United States. And I'm reading a great book right now from Ben Shapiro. It's called How to Destroy America in 3 Easy Steps. And it's pretty crazy. It's showing exactly what the left is doing. And back when in the 30s and 40s, when people would come from Europe, they would come over here. They were just so surprised. They're like, wow, I would stay in a nice hotel in New York City, for example. I would have a bath. I would have running water. I had telephones. I had a lot of the luxuries that were afforded back then. They didn't even have that in Europe.
Right.
So we built this. We built it here based on capitalism and the ability to find a need and fill it. So the more value that you can serve to others, that you can develop rich habits versus poor habits, or AKA self-limiting beliefs. So many people have these self-limiting beliefs and they repeat it daily, and they say things like, oh, I'm so bad with names, or I could never do that, or they talk negatively about themselves. So you got to think and act like wealthy people. And in America, of course, is the land of opportunity. So in 1980, there were 1 million millionaires. Okay, and then there are 10 million millionaires in 2015, the most of whom started with nothing and earned it as all in a lifetime. So it's the law of correspondence. To be wealthy on the outside, you must think wealthy on the inside. And your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Just remember that. It's the key. And then it comes down to focus. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on negative things that are happening? Are you focusing on those things that you still are kind of upset about or disgruntled about? Or are you focusing on the positive things that you have in your life, your friends that support you, your loved ones that support you, the positive things that you have, whether it's economic or other means? So focusing on things that matter, focusing on the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, focusing on those 20% of key tasks that you can do every single day, that's going to move the lever towards success. And I've heard it said you can't really push the lever of success. You really need to fail more. And it's kind of counterintuitive, but the more you fail, the more you win. Exactly. The more you success, the more you learn the wrong way to do things. So, hey, another great show. Captain Will Smith, author and pilot. Check him out online, CaptainWillSmith.com.
That's correct.
And also Eli Gonzalez as well, Godfather of Ghostwriting. If you got a book, you want to write your book, he's got his 45-day challenge going on right now as well, and you can check him out online as well. And as we always say, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community, and continue to tune into our show. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, as well as link up on LinkedIn, Brandon Rhymes PA. And we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer